Alright, guys, so we're here. We're finally going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, overall, I know this game is getting a lot of hate. I know it's getting a lot of hate. Now, regardless of whether it's the multiplayer or the zombie campaign or the actual story, I'm going to try to stick to the story. Now, again, for the gameplay, I was able to play it on Game Pass, and I was able to play it. I put about maybe 10 hours in, something like that. And with the gameplay itself for the campaign, you have to be able to play in a squad and go through the story. And I'm gonna be honest, throughout the entirety of the story, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I pretty much, I was trying to get my feet wet again because it's been a while. Because once I've normally been playing a Call of Duty game, I play it once and then I play, a little bit of Zombies or Warzone, then I stop. But I don't really play the story a whole lot like I used to, because I used to do that a lot with the older games, but I don't really do that with the newer games. But the way the story was that you had this company that was saying that Mendez was back, and apparently Alex Mason, he took him out in the last game or the other game, and we have where again it was just really weird where they were using Mendez. He was never around, and what happens is they're using a lot of AI. They're using this chemical to mess up your mind. So we're seeing events from the previous games, and you have where Alex Mason, he's trying to lead his team and be able to take on this company. Once again, they're trying to use a threat and be able to contain it to kind of be able to build their own money. They have their own militia, and you have where this one that's leading them, she's able to use it, and you're battling a lot of crazy things. You're battling monsters, zombies, whatever, cyborg robots. You're going up against high tech, enemies, things of that nature. I know a lot of people don't like that, and you go throughout the entire of the story and these characters, and you learn more about these characters, of who was there, who wasn't, and overall the story was an up and down for me. Some of the levels I was just like, okay, what the hell. Also, same thing with the zombies. It was more fun with the zombie missions, to where you got a little bit more of a thrill out of that. But the normal missions it was just your normal Call of Duty combat to a certain degree. It was nothing extravagant, out of my opinion. They brought back some weapons that they have from the previous games. If you want to level up, I would definitely say stick to either the campaign or stick to zombies, because you'll level up a lot faster. I think I was level 35 by finishing the game, so that's not too bad. I may continue or I may not. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I was able to go through the story pretty quickly and leaving it on a cliffhanger. I feel like, again, they're going to try to do a Black Ops 8 or something of that nature. But again, I'm burnt out on Black Ops. I'm going to say that right now. I'm burnt out on Black Ops. They've been doing Black Ops now for the last 4 games now. I'm kind of over it, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, Modern Warfare is better, or this is better, this is better. Again, Black Ops was really good in the beginning, and I feel like it honestly lost its way. And then they try to come out with a different Call of Duty game. They either go old school, people complain. They either go advanced, and people complain. And then you try to go in the middle, people still complain. So regardless of whatever you do, you're still going to complain about this game regardless. You got people complaining about the campaign. You got people complaining about, the servers or the multiplayer, or zombies or whatever. Again, guys, we live in a new age where Call of Duty's not Call of Duty like it once was. When I started playing this game, I honestly thought I was playing like Gears of War or Diablo or Halo by the way it kind of felt. I was like, wait a minute, this don't feel like Call of Duty anymore. And it hasn't felt like Call of Duty in the last like 2-3 games, in my opinion. But regardless of what you play, because I know a lot of people may only play Warzone or multiplayer or zombies, and then maybe they play the campaign maybe one time. But again, if you're going to get the new game, at least play the damn campaign. That way you can have a opinion on it, and complain or praise it or whatever you want to do. Don't just play multiplayer and be like, oh, well, it sucks. And it's like, okay, did you play zombies? Did you play the campaign? No, then shut up. Same thing with zombies. Did you just play zombies? Yeah, okay, shut up. Did you try anything else? No, you didn't. The server itself was a pain. There was no issues playing with other players. I think the only issue I had with some players was they were not doing anything that they were supposed to be doing. I felt like most of the time I was carrying the team. And again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like this. And this is a guy that plays Call of Duty off and on. But again, I have been playing Call of Duty since the original Call of Duty. And I remember playing Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1, 3 nonstop on 360. I was playing survival mode, having fun with that. And I miss times like that. And I know they still have modes like that, but I miss the good old days of Call of Duty. And I think that this game, they tried to really, I want to say, combine old school with new school, but they failed. And this game, honestly, it just, it makes no sense. It really does. It makes no sense with the dream sequences, or, obviously using, tech and all this psychological warfare to mess with your mind when you're going up against enemies and you're thinking you're shooting zombies or monsters. You had to go up against a plant monster in here, which was really crazy. Made me feel like I was in Call of Duty or something, or not Call of Duty, but Gears of War. And then there was one where you're going up against tech mechs. There's another one where you're going up against one of your own team members that apparently he went insane and he just grows real big like the Ant-Man, and you got to take him down, and then he gets back to normal, and that was really weird and stupid in my opinion. There was just a lot of stupid missions on here. In all honesty, some of the missions were really cool, but also trying to bring in Farah in here, which was really crazy as well, which I'm like, okay, why do they have her in here? So there was a lot of unanswered questions on why they were trying to bring characters that we've known, whether it be enemies or allies, into the game. And again, some people kind of stretch away from it like I did, and you really don't remember about all this, because again, I'm one of those ones, I'll play the story, and once I'm playing with the story, I'm done. Like I've said, I don't keep going back to it. I don't focus on it 100% to where it's like, oh, I have to, learn about all these characters. Some people do, some people don't. Other people just care about the skins or the, all this kind of stuff, whether it be the costume skins, whether it be the gun skins, or whatever the case of it is. Again, do you at the end of the day. But is this my favorite Black Ops 7? No. I mean, there was some stuff in here I did enjoy. Like I said, going up against the monsters, I did find that fun. It was kind of a new thing for Call of Duty to do, but it was still really weird. And they kind of need to separate that and just leave that in the zombies rather than trying to do that. But again, if we do get a Black Ops 8, for example, which more than likely we will, they're probably going to try to do that again, because with this character, with who you see at the very end, it looks like whoever maybe was either working for her or working with her either at the same time, or someone she was working for is going to be possibly the villain in the next game. But overall, what is y'all's feelings about Black Ops 7? Is it really that bad out of your opinion? Or, I mean, again, me personally, play the game, give it your honest opinion. Am I going to say, hey, buy this game or don't buy this game? Me personally, I would not buy this game. Me personally, I would wait till it's either on sale, which it probably will be at some point, or if you have Game Pass, play it on Game Pass if you're able to play it on PlayStation. Get it when it's cheaper, just so that way you can say, oh, hey, I have it in my Call of Duty collection. But I would say 60, 70 bucks, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. It truly isn't. This game honestly should be probably at the highest maybe 40 bucks. That's my honest opinion. They dropped the ball very heavily on this game, and I don't know how else they're going to save it. And some people are going to tell me probably, oh, well, you're giving a crappy review. You know what? I don't care. Same thing with Battlefield. You want to go play Battlefield? Go play Battlefield. You want to play the other Call of Duty games? Go play the other Call of Duty games. You want to go play this? You want to go play that? That's fine. But again, guys, that is my opinion. I'm going to leave it at that. What you guys think about Black Ops 7, let me know. And I'll see you as always on the next one.